we jump in with the next news video and we start with potential championship run and potential babyface run for Io Sky, as Io Sky is somebody that has become a favorite of Mr. Paul Levesque over the last couple of months. And I do genuinely believe that of the people that have been brought back since Triple H took over last summer, Io Sky is definitely at the top of the list of people who have stepped up. It is unfortunate that Dakota Kai is on the injured list now, because I think I've said this for months, and anybody who's listened to these videos knows I've been saying it for months, that Io Sky and Dakota Kai have tremendous potential alongside Bayley to really bring forward the division and give more to the division that they're giving. You know, and that WWE should look for them to step up and be the next generation, especially if Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch may be scaling back their days. Because if Becky Lynch starts walking out or walking back on her days, the Raw division is going to be, have a bit of an issue, because there's not a lot of people within that division that are in solid standing right now. So having some people step up is kind of necessary, which also explains why Zoe Stark is working with Trish Stratus in the rivalry with Becky Lynch. It allows Zoe Stark to get that immediate rub from a WWE Hall of Famer. But I think Io Sky is one of my favorites in the Money in the Bank on July the 1st. And also somebody that should be considered a favorite to not just challenge Asuka, but be a champion before the end of 2023. Moving forward, as we will talk about Forbidden Door in a little bit, but we move forward to also another thing happening on Smackdown tonight, as Bobby Lashley, the man in question, is set to be returning, as Lashley has not been seen since the Triple Threat qualifier for the World Heavyweight Title Tournament. But Lashley is set to be returning tonight on SmackDown. I think honestly, the fact of the matter is, Lashley is somebody that has a ton of potential to be a top rival for Roman Reigns, and should be looked at as somebody who could be a top rival for Roman Reigns, but for whatever reason has not been looked at as a top rival for Roman, even though I think if anybody's going to be looked at as a top rival for Roman, it should be Bobby Lashley. But it'll be good to see Lashley back on WWE programming tonight on SmackDown. Speaking of the recent episodes of WWE programming, Triple H, it has been said that Triple H has wanted to freshen up the WWE, the looks of the WWE titles, and that is the reason why he updated the women's title and the world title. Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and the title that was given to Roman Reigns, all respectively. It was just a Triple H thing to freshen things up a bit. With also that being said, I just want to talk another second about Hook potentially joining WWE, as the report comes down for better wrestling experience. Honestly, it's not that Hook is not somebody that belongs in AEW, and I think that Taz probably enjoys having his son within the same company as him. I just think that it gets to a point where you may hit everything you potentially can within the ranks of one company, and you may need to jump to a different place to hit the next level. And I think Hook is getting to that point in AEW where he may need to freshen up and be under a different philosophy, or be within a different philosophy. And WWE, moving on from AEW, would be the best way to get to that different philosophy. But credit to Better Wrestling Experience for that story. And now on to a rumor, and a good rumor, as apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, Meltzer makes sure to accompany this with a rumor with the rumor title, and that is that according to Meltzer, rumor has it that Carlito has re-signed with WWE, and the reason why he says it's a rumor is because the only thing he knows about it right now is that Carlito, according to Devin Nicholson, a promoter up in Canada, according to Devin Nicholson, a promoter up in Canada, Carlito canceled his July 15th appearance with his promotion up in Canada, saying that he re-signed with WWE, so it is potentially possible that Carlito did sign with WWE, but there is no confirmation at this point whether or not Carlito did in fact sign with WWE or not. So stay tuned for more on that one, because I would honestly love to see Carlito back in WWE. But again, that's just my opinion on the matter. Now we jump over to an interesting report on SummerSlam from maybe I should write down the places where the stories come from. Well, actually, here's the reason why I did it. There was a reason. The reason why I didn't is because this is also another rumor, and the rumor is that according to current plans, as current plans could change, but according to current plans, there is a rumor going around that NXT titles could be defended at SummerSlam. There is no confirmation on what title or if the plan is that the titles could be defended, but at this point, there is a potential possibility that NXT could be a part of SummerSlam this year, which would be a welcome sight for NXT, especially with the inclusion of free agents, and that being the way, I guess you could call it, the way that a main roster talent could be a part of NXT, could be gaining a title shot at an NXT championship. But I think it would be a welcome addition, because it would give NXT talent the opportunity to be featured on a main main roster premium live event, and it would be a nice change of pace for the NXT stars, as it would give the fans of the main roster an opportunity to see the future of WWE. And with that being said, I also just want to point out that, again, much like the Carlito story, the story about the NXT titles, it is not confirmed. It is a rumor at this point. Not confirmed. It is a rumor, but I will give you guys more information as more comes aware. And I'm sure if Carlito did cancel his appearance on July the 15th, we will find out more about that story first. But also it depends on when the plans for SummerSlam start to take shape, if we get more information on that first or not. But in the next news video, we will focus on Forbidden Door and the debut edition of AEW Collision. But first, I just want to make note of the fact that on the last episode of Impact Wrestling, Nick Aldis actually turned heel on Alex Shelley, attacking Shelley with the Impact Wrestling World title, and officially becoming number one, the top heel in the company, or one of the top heels in the company, and number two, the first challenger for Alex Shelley as world champion. With that being said, I do think it may have something to do with the potential possibility of Moose leaving Impact Wrestling, and them having a big hole in the heel side of the roster for Impact Wrestling. But I think Nick Aldis is a tremendous heel and is a benefit, and it's going to be a big asset to Impact Wrestling, having Nick Aldis as a heel. With that being said, though, like I said, we're going to do another news video that will be popping up right now, or starting right now. So I will see you again in the next